Hello survivors, I'm GP bringing you the latest ARK news, and today we got a double whammy. A new ARK 2 concept and a first look at some ARK Survival Ascended updates, which is not just a concept. And we're getting a reworked Tek suit along with much more. So the community crunch dropped last night, and starting off with an ARK 2 sneak peek is the saddle armor concept for the Carno Taurus. First thing that grabbed my attention is that it's a two-seater saddle. Yes, this is so good. We've already seen in the ARK 2 trailer that the new Rex saddle is a two-seater. So it looks like this is going to be more of a theme with saddles in ARK 2. At least more likely for the bigger mounts. I am wondering for the really big mounts like the Brachiosaurus, whether we're going to see potentially 3 or 4-seater saddles, but we'll have to wait to find out about that. And not only that, it's not just a saddle like in ARK 1, it's a visual armor over the entire length of the Carno, which I believe is going to be a part of the unique customization ability using the different resources that you can find in ARK 2, just like the weapons and tools. And I say this because in the crunch that they just dropped with the Carno Armour concept, they mentioned we look forward to seeing what players do with the arsenal options. This suggests to me that there's a whole range of different options for how the saddle can look, and this again will massively go towards keeping each tribe looking unique compared to ARK 1, where all the creatures, all the armor and weapons generally all look the same unless you add a few skins. Something I hope they do even more with for things like structures too, so that tribes can add their own look and styles to them and look completely different from other tribes. I also noticed the Carno's horns are nothing like they were in the original concept. In the previous one they were much longer, but in this new one they're much shorter and look flatter on the sides than rounded, and I believe it's the same concept artists involved in both concepts. But nonetheless, this is looking really good, and I'm hoping they'll be showing off more of this type of concept art throughout the rest of this year, because of course we shouldn't be expecting anything more than concepts for ARK 2 before next year. So in my opinion, it is better to get stuff like this than nothing at all, because there's nothing worse than just complete radio silence. Next up was ARK Survival Ascended. Now we're all waiting for that juicy gameplay, right? The stuff that will show us what the Unreal Engine 5 upgrade remaster is going to look like before some people decide whether they want to rebuy the game they love, right? Well, don't be expecting to get that before August is what I'm thinking. They have said, while we're going to wait to reveal the gameplay of ARK Survival Ascended until its near final form. This suggests to me that the gameplay will likely drop a few weeks prior to the game launching, which is similar to what they did with ARK 1 originally. I believe ARK 1's gameplay came out 2 weeks, possibly 1 week before it actually dropped, and I think that their sister company did the exact same thing with Atlas as well. So it's sounding like it's going to be the same for ARK Survival Ascended, probably a couple of weeks beforehand. And as they are targeting a 31st of August release date, they haven't officially stated 31st of August, but they have said that the official server network will be shutting down on the 31st of August prior to the release of ARK Survival Ascended, and they have said ARK Survival Ascended is releasing in August, which just leaves 31st of August. So with that, I'd be looking at an early to mid-August release for the gameplay. So we've got a while to wait for that, I'm afraid. But they have said that whilst we wait for that, they are going to be showing us how they're approaching the new game artistically, and that ASA is much more than a complete technology overhaul. They are also going through and revising the artwork by hand for a new conception of the worlds of ARK. And they started off by showing us the new remastered version of the supply drops. And it does look pretty decent. It's got a lot more detail in the design, and I believe it may get a new animation too. and it's making me wonder what else they are planning to artistically rework, because by the sounds of it, there's a lot that will change. I'm very curious how the obelisks may look remastered too, as I'd be surprised if that's not on the list of changes. In fact, Jesse, one of the co-founders of ARK, pointed out that the original supply drops in ARK that we've all come to know and love was in fact a placeholder that he made to test the system, and they decided to go with that. So this time it means it's going to be properly designed, so I can't wait to see how it looks in game. And speaking of that, Jesse did also confirm that this image of the new supply drop is not actually a concept art. It is actually a screenshot taken from in-game. So this gives you some kind of idea that they have progressed the development and it's not just at concept stage. So hopefully, seeing as we have to wait until probably August for gameplay, hopefully we'll get more in-game sneak peeks like this over the coming months. I did put up the supply drops in a little poll to see what you guys think, so check that out over on my community page if you haven't already. I'll drop the link in the description. And finally, Jesse did confirm in a response to Redgear over on Twitter, who was asking about the Tek Suit, that it will be getting an overhaul on its look, confirming that at least the Tek Suit is getting an upgrade. And I'm hoping this also means all armors might be getting a bit of a rework, and I'm really hoping flak armor does too, because that, in my personal opinion, is the worst looking one out of the lot. So yes, I'm really liking the look of this and really interested to see what other changes are coming to ARK Survival Ascended as well. Let me know what you guys think of all of this yourselves. And if you don't want to miss out on all the latest ARK news, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.